Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we will be going back to expert challenges. The next expert challenge is Largest Lads. Gravity, all of my units basically go to the bottom. All my units are bigger, and all cards have one additional upgrade slot. This one has difficulty to it, but it also has some benefit. I want to do Stygian, and I think I'm going to do Exiled Stygian, Guard the Martyr. And then for the secondary, I think I'll do Awoken, and I think I'd rather have the Restore this time than Root Seeds. So, Exiled primary. Largest Lads, let's go. Alright, we're going up against Seraph the Chaste as a purifying emblem that removes buffs and debuffs. That includes things like Frostbite and Regen and probably several other things like Sap. Yeah, that's not great. I do kind of like starting with 2 Glimmers. I don't know how I feel about starting with a Drain or the Flash Freeze, though. I don't know. Let's do my champion upgrade first. Cold Channel and Dire Channel. Cold Channel has the problem that you just don't have much health. Only 15 health. But I do like the Frostbite on Revenge. That does mean that we could put you in front. Dire Channel means that you just do damage to the front unit. And you would not be something that we want to put in front. I don't really know which one of those we want. The Cold Channel is nice because it affects all of the things, like everything on the floor. But we do have a Glimmer. So I'm going to do Dire Channel. And then let's see what our artifacts look like. Ooh, Capricious Reflection. That's really good, especially because we've got Zoom Enhance. Yeah, alright, let's take Capricious Reflection. Emblem of the Exiles is not as great because of gravity, but it's okay. I don't know if we want Conscription Notice or not, but I guess let's try it. Okay, you know, let's see how this goes. I don't really know. Mark of Invasion. Mark of Invasion, we've got 2 Glimmers, so I'm going to turn it on. But I don't know that we like Mark of Invasion very much. We did draw a Glimmer on the first turn. That's good when we've got Mark of Invasion. Let's play Guard the Martyr at the bottom. In front. We got an Animus of Speed, which we could play behind Guard the Martyr. That's actually not bad. And then I want to play a Glimmer on these. If we play the Train Steward in the center, it just dies. So maybe we don't. Maybe we play... We could play a Flash Freeze in the center, or we could play a Flash Freeze on you. Or on you, for that matter. Because a Flash Freeze causes you to die. Not quickly, but it does cause you to die. Let's do that. So you're dying, and then I guess we play a Restore on my champion, so that we get more shard. The champion being in front isn't great, but we don't have something that's better to put in front right now. Well, you are going to kill my champion no matter what. I can't stop that from happening. No number of restores will prevent you from killing my champion, which is very sad, because my champion has already died then. And how do we win against the boss? I don't know. We're going to play a Train Steward. We're going to play Foregone Power? Foregone Power causes you to die, I think. It does. Another foregone power doesn't help us. So let's play a foregone power up here after playing a restore on the Animus of Speed, since playing it on my champion would not help at all. And then a foregone power up here to kill one of those, prevent 1 damage on my Pyre. Okay, I think we're doing kind of poorly right now. We took 3 damage because of the trial. We can foregone power you away. We can restore you. We want to play a Train Steward here so it's at bottom next turn. Oh, it's gonna die. Right. I guess we could sap 3 you, and then the Train Steward doesn't die. And we still get to foregone power you. Although we don't need to at this point, but we will, because what else are we going to do with foregone power? Okay, well, how do we do here? A Glimmer definitely helps. Let's start with Glimmer, because that kills that back one. A Restore helps because it means that you take more hits to kill the Animus of Speed. So let's do that. And then, if we put a Train Steward in the center, I kind of think that it descends and then dies. So let's put it at the top. And then foregone power. Alright, I think we're winning. We took 3 damage because of the trial. And that's it. So, as badly as I felt like that went, we still won. Without taking much damage. A Crypt Builder with a Power Stone in it. Helical Chrysalis with Holdover. Don't know how much I care about that. I do like the Mollusk Mage. I do like the Crypt Builder, especially because we've got Drain and Foregone Powers, which might discard it. But I think I want the Mollusk Mage, because I think it would be quite good. Permafrost Steel Enhancer? That seems kind of dumb. The Wildwood Sap gives regen 10. I think I want that. The Razor Sharp Edge is not bad. It's good on certain units. The Wildwood Sap is good on certain units. Let's take the Wildwood Sap. If we get a unit with Cultivate, that would be really nice. And, you know, we can go to Awoken Banner and hopefully get a unit with Cultivate. Let's try. Merchant of Steel, Endless. Endless is a little bit weird in this challenge. A Husk Hermit that has Sweep, or an Animus of Will that has a large stone. I mean, an Animus of Will with a large stone seems quite nice. Let's take that. Merchant of Steel, I don't really want to apply Endless to any of the units that we have, do I? We could add it to the Mollusk Mage. Is that what we want? Endless on a Mollusk Mage? It's something, I guess? Let's do it because this might actually be quite nice. But it doesn't feel great yet. Strength Stone on Animus of Will does a lot of damage. And then I don't know that we want a Heartstone on the Mollusk Mage that I just added a bunch of... that I added Endless to. But we might. True Stone. Perfect for my Glimmer. And then Value Stone could go on the Wildwood Sap. But the Wildwood Sap consumes. So we don't really care about the Value Stone that much on it. Unless we also got an Eternal Stone. let's skip that. And Engage Pact is not great currently, so we'll ignore that as well. Let's consider the Heartstone again. Heartstone on a Mollusk Mage. I don't know. Let's do it. The Mollusk Mage that has Endless. If we could always put it in front, that would not be too bad. But we don't really get to do that. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. How bad is that? It hurts my Animus of Will kind of a lot. But otherwise I don't care that much, so I'm going to turn it on. The Animus of Will is in my opening hand, as well as Solgard the Martyr. I feel like we want the Animus of Will at the bottom. I don't know that we want it in front, but I do want it at the bottom. I guess we could put it in front and put a Wildwood Sap on it. Sure. Apply regen 10. And then Solgard the Martyr is going to go down next turn. The Icy Siliphyte is actually quite nice. We're going to put that at the top so it slowly moves down. Collector at the top. Glimmer at the bottom. I think we want the Glimmer at the bottom. Glimmer at the bottom. Do we want to play Restore at the bottom too? Probably. I think I want to play it more than a Train Steward. So we'll play the Restore at the bottom. We're adding more shards to my Solgard, the Martyr, and Frostbite to kill the Collector. A brief respite. The Mollusk Mage. So the Mollusk Mage is going to drop down as well. Next turn. Don't know that we want to play the Train Steward, so we won't. Let's play a Restore and a Foregone Power just for the Incant. Okay, we are winning quite easily, so let's just click enter and win. Alright. Ice Tornado, not bad. I like the Emberstone in it as well. Don't think I want a Flash Freeze with a Freeze Stone. And Helical Chrysalis that consumes is not amazing. Let's take the Ice Tornado. Another Wildwood Sap. This one does not consume. We could take a Sharpen that costs a lot, although Razor Sharp Edge is amazing to play on Animus of Will, so we're going to take Razor Sharp Edge. Okay. How much do I care about duplication? I like duplication okay, but it's not amazing. I really want another unit to potentially sacrifice or sacrifice something to. Actually, what are we going to sacrifice to it? But I kind of want another unit that we might sacrifice. So let's go this way. Peek in the Divine Temple. Oh, another Extreme Stone, or another True Stone and an Extreme Stone. I like those. Alright. What's the unit? A Steel Singer that we've never mastered. I guess we've got to take that, because that allows me to potentially master something, which is important. So, we're not sacrificing that, unfortunately. So that's not great. What does Concealed Caverns have for me? The Historian. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want Petty Theft. It'll be hilarious if I take Petty Theft and we find the following Concealed Cavern events that would have given me the achievement that I got last time. That would be funny if I actually got the achievement myself as well. Alright, we're gonna definitely beef up another Glimmer. We could put this on the Petty Theft, to be fair, but I'm not going to. And then Extreme Stone, I kind of want to put that on a Glimmer. Yeah, let's put that on a Glimmer. Alright, so we've got a Glimmer that's quite nice. We're not going to do the Engage Pact, not yet at least. And what do we duplicate? Do we duplicate the Glimmer that I made really good? I think so. Sure, let's duplicate this Glimmer. Alright, we're collecting pack shards a little bit too quickly, but otherwise I think we're making our deck quite powerful. Double Barrel. Double Barrel could be annoying. So we've got a Glimmer to play at the bottom. I guess let's do that. And we're going to play a Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom. So we don't really want Soulguard the Martyr in front. We could play Soulguard the Martyr at the top, and it will slowly move down. I guess we're going to do that. Play the Animus of Will at the bottom. Soulguard the Martyr we're going to play at the top so that it slowly moves down. A Wickless Baron? Wickless Baron we really want. I guess we're going to play the Wickless Baron here so that it drops down next. I like the Wickless Baron. Razor Sharp Edge is excellent on Animus of Will. Let's play the Glimmer at the bottom to kill those, so we don't take all that damage. And then a Restore we're going to play on the Champion so that we incant it once. Oh, we don't have the Ember to play the Steel Singer. That's so sad. Alright, well, the Steel Singer will have to wait. In the meantime, I guess we just play a Glimmer here. And then we could play a Glimmer here to increase your shard. Or we could play it here to give you 2 health. Play the Glimmer here. So, Mollusk Mage we could play here so that it will eventually drop down. Don't know that we care about the Train Stewards that much, so maybe we just don't play them. Foregone Powers will increase Soulguard the Martyr's effect. So let's do those. Okay. We are killing everything at the bottom this turn. Our front unit did take a lot of damage, which is unfortunate. So we've got Flash Freezes, which do a lot more damage because of the Mollusk Mage. We're definitely going to restore you. The haste is not very important. Let's just do a Flash Freeze here. And a Flash Freeze on one of the ones that's dealing more damage. And then a Foregone Power just for the incant. Okay. I really want the Steel Singer to come back, but I don't think it's going to. We just don't play it this round, which is not great because that means that it can't permanently upgrade itself. Let's just play spells. I could have played the Train Steward in the center. I thought about it, but I decided just to play spells. Alright, we're probably winning at the bottom. We are. Petty Theft doesn't win unless the Ice Tornado kills or deals this one damage twice. Oh, it did? So Petty Theft gives me 50 gold. Excellent. We got 50 more gold there. Okay. Shard Channeler. What's this? Spikes 5 and resolve. Apply spikes 2 to friendly units. And it has a damage shield. So it's interesting. I kind of like Unleash the Wildwood with Permafrost, though. I think that one's quite good. The Wildwood Tome is also really good because adding quick to Animus of Will is really nice. So I could see taking any of these. But I think I'm going to take the Wildwood Tome because applying quick to Animus of Will seems really nice. And then what we're primarily thinking about here is sacrificing. We've got an Animus of Will that we could sacrifice to. We've got a Mollusk Mage and a Steel Singer. So, Animus of Will, Mollusk Mage, and Steel Singer. The Nameless Siren could go really well on my Animus of Will. Yes. Okay, let's do that. Nameless Siren, we're going to take you in order to sacrifice. And then surely we want to draw more, right? Bell's Remorse isn't too bad either. Hard to say. I like drawing more, but also we have a deck that currently could take a lot from Fell's Remorse. Let's do a Fell's Remorse then. Do we want a Merchant of Steel? We could put something on Animus of Will or the Steel Singer. It also gets us another banner unit, which is not currently what I want. I think we want the Unstable Vortex more. So let's go this way. Upgrade our champion first. So, Dire Channel or Titan Channel? Titan Channel makes you phased, which is annoying, but it also gives you a lot more health and some attack, which is pretty nice. I think you would survive a little bit more if we had Titan Channel. I'm going to choose a Titan Channel. And then Divine Horde. Infused Mallet doesn't do that much. Priori's Cloak. Priori's Cloak is not bad. Especially with all of my Glimmers, my Mollusk Mage, my Restores, my Wildwood Sap. Priori's Cloak is kind of nice. Let's do it. And then another artifact. Cursed Vines adds a Vine Grass to my hand every turn, which means I could reorder my units. Ooh. That's nice, especially with a Mollusk Mage that has Endless, because we could put the Mollusk Mage in front, and then when it dies, we replay it and we could put it in front again on a following turn. Also, it's another spell that we can use to incant my units. I like that one a lot. Alright, and let's remove 2 Train Stewards. Okay, I feel pretty good about that particular set of upgrades. Aggressive Amulet. It's annoying. How annoying is it? Not that annoying. Let's turn it on. We are at high threat level, which we're... what is it, extreme threat level? Extreme threat level, which means we maybe shouldn't have done that. Do we want to play the Steel Singer in front at the bottom? Because the other option is play it up here so that it eventually moves down. I don't really want to play the Wildwood Tome yet. Let's play the Steel Singer at the top, so it eventually moves down. We'll play Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom. We get an Animus of Will. Okay, you know what? I like that. We could play that here. It currently dies, but we're going to play Drain before the end of the turn. Also, I don't mind adding Quick to this one. I want to add Quick to my other one, but I don't mind adding it to this one. And since we can do that now, we'll do it now. So we're going to Vine Grasp you, so that you're in front. And then, I guess we don't need to play the Drain anymore. And I would like to play the Restore on you so that you permanently upgrade yourself. So we're going to do that instead. Okay, I see a Glimmer. We want to wake you up this turn. Vine Grasp could kill the Quill Marksman, which is nice. Or it could kill the Collector because we also have a Glimmer. Couple of good options. I certainly want to play this Animus of Will. The Nameless Siren won't be played this turn, so let's start here, because we know we're going to do that. I think we want to play the Glimmer here. Glimmer here. This adds more permanent upgrades to you. We'll play the Vine Grasp here. And we're going to play the Foregone Power at the bottom, which will wake up Soulguard the Martyr, which is important. So the Restore happens here so that you continue permanently improving. There we go. Alright. We still need to take care of the Clipped Guardian. Granted, my Animus of the Will, I believe, will do that next turn. I do like these constant Vine Grasps. The constant Vine Grasps are quite good. And for example, next turn, after Soulguard the Martyr has taken some damage, we could put the Steel Singer in front, which is nice. I think I do want to Razor Sharp Edge you and not this Animus of Will that's already hurt, even though that one at the bottom has Quick. So, what next are we doing? I definitely want to put Wildwood Sap on you. Let's do that. I want to Vine Grasp you so that we don't get the thing on top. Let's do that. And then I want to Flash Freeze you, I think, so that I can kill you in the future. I guess we can kill you in the future with a Glimmer. And we probably will. But let's do the Flash Freeze just in case. Actually, we could Flash Freeze you. I want to hit this one. Okay. I need to take care of those units going up as well. We got an Ice Tornado and a Glimmer. Glimmer is really good at the bottom. Ice Tornado is pretty good in the center. Play the Ice Tornado in the center. So, you're not dead yet. Granted. I like the Glimmer at the bottom because it heals my units a lot too. And then Vine Grasp to put something in front that's better to be in front, like the Steel Singer. Let's put the Steel Singer in front. And then Foregone Power, hopefully twice. Okay, great. We should be able to kill that one before it gets to the top. We've got a Glimmer. We also have a Petty Theft, which doesn't quite kill it. But if we play a Mollusk Mage at the top... Let's play a Mollusk Mage at the top. It's weird to put it at the top this turn, but if we put it at the top, we can do a Vine Grasp and a Petty Theft to gain 50 gold. Now, Glimmer and Restore. I think we're going to easily beat the boss. It looks like we're easily beating the boss. Alright, let's just click end turn and win. Is there anything that we could do to make the Steel Singer better? No. Okay, click end turn and win. Alright, we got a good amount of gold that time. Guardian Stone... Guardian Stone has an incant ability that's nice. It has a really nice incant ability. It's also something we could sacrifice if we really wanted to. I'm gonna take it. I feel like we're taking a lot of units though. I don't particularly like that. Restoring Retreat seems a little bit pointless, especially with a Keepstone on it. But Preserved Thorns is fine. Now then, I want to go to the Merchant of Magic, because we definitely want to do more upgrades. More upgrade stones. So let's go this way. Let's peek in the Divine Temple. Twin Stone and Purge Stone. What could we add a Twin Stone to? I mean, there's a few things that we can add a Twin Stone to. The Wildwood Tome is kind of weird. The Razor Sharp Edge is probably what we're going to put the Twin Stone on. We could take a Purge Stone if we wanted. Merchant of Magic has a Freeze Stone. Not my favorite. But we could put the Freeze Stone on the Wildwood Sap, I guess. It just has Consume, so I don't know how much we care. Yeah, I don't know if we care about the Freeze Stone very much, which is unfortunate. Do we care about a Surge Stone? We could put a Surge Stone on a Restore. These are not great. We're probably going to re-roll here after taking Surge Stone, Ember Stone. Let's see what the Concealed Caverns has for me, though. Okay, Cave of 1,000 Eyes. I will happily lose some Pyre health for an artifact. We've lost 10 Pyre health so far. 15. You know, I'll take it. It gives me another chance to kill units that are going up. Because it's not like them being rooted is a problem, particularly, because I don't have any units at the top, ever. Okay, let's do these two. Surge Stone is going to go on a Restore. Ember Stone is going to go on... We could put one on a Wildwood Sap. Let's put one on Wildwood Sap. Because I don't know what else we would put other than an Ember Stone on that. And then I don't actually want the Freeze Stone that much. So let's just re-roll. Holdover. Okay, so Keepstone sounds really nice. We could put that on one of the Glimmers. So that we have a Glimmer every turn that has piercing and does 42 damage and heals my units. I think that's pretty good. Another Surge Stone could go on another Restore. Ember Stone. We could put that on Wildwood Sap so that it costs 0, but I don't know that we care that much. What are we not removing from the deck? We could put it on one of the Glimmers. We could put it on the Drain. Let's put it on Drain. It's not my favorite, but, you know, we're going to do something on Drain. And I am going to purge a Train Steward while we're here. I might purge a second one. Yeah, let's purge a second Train Steward. No more Train Stewards. Now, Divine Temple. Let's do the Engage Pact because we do want to sacrifice the Nameless Siren. Sacrifice the Nameless Siren to our Animus of Will so that it's stronger and it gets Rage on Incant. And then I think we also want a Twin Stone on Razor Sharp Edge. Okay. I would take a Purge Stone, except I feel like we've got too many back shards right now. So let's not take one. Let's just move on. Oh, the Crystal Cloak. The Crystal Cloak is really not great with gravity. Because you're going to be stealthy for a while at the beginning of the battle. How much do we care about Spikes 4 on enemy units? Not that much, because we've got Glimmers. So let's take that. Alright, we've got a couple of nice things already. I want to play Soulguard the Martyr, but I also want to play the Nameless Siren. I also want to play the Mollusk Mage. We can play all of these, I just need to decide where I'm playing all of these. It seems like the Mollusk Mage is something that we want in front at the bottom. So let's do that. And then let's play Soulguard the Martyr behind it. We got a Nameless Siren. A little bit weird. We're gonna put our Animus of Will here. I could put this Nameless Siren at the top. It would give me Ember Drain, which I don't particularly like. But otherwise, I'm fine with it. We are going to do a Vine Grasp to kill you. Yeah, let's do that. And then a Foregone Power will go here as well. Let's play the Nameless Siren at the top. I don't know if it's going to survive next turn, but we're going to play it at the top anyway. And then Animus of Will gets this twice. And then a Foregone Power here. So you're going to die before making to the top. The problem is the overcharged tank. Don't know how we deal with the overcharged tank just yet. We didn't get what I wanted. How unfortunate. I really wanted to draw this Glimmer. This Nameless Siren is dying unless we play something. And I really want to play the Steel Singer. So we're going to play the Steel Singer, and we're going to play this Vine Grasp to kill this one. Actually, that still causes you to die because of the spikes. That's unfortunate, but it does mean that this one dies, which is nice. But maybe we should just kill the Collector. Yeah, let's just kill the Collector. Alright, so next turn we're going to have to do something. Our Mollusk Mage is dying, but it has Endless. Next turn, we've got to do something to take care of the ones going up the train. We've got a Mollusk Mage and we've got a Glimmer. So, we play Mollusk Mage at the top. We could play a Glimmer to do a bunch of damage at the top. And we could play... We can't play an Ice Tornado this turn, but we're going to play the Glimmer this turn. We are going to play Wildwood Sap on you, so that you permanently get upgraded. I don't care about you going up, because we're going to have a Glimmer next turn, most likely. I don't like that the Mollusk Mage is not going to be here anymore. And then we've got to play 2 spells at the bottom, I think. If we play this Vine Grasp at the bottom, then you're not dying. I don't really want to play the Foregone Power, but I feel like we should. I don't know how we're going to deal with you. Unless I keep an Ice Tornado in the hand to play next turn. So I guess we're not going to play the Foregone Power, which means Soulguard the Martyr still doesn't wake up. Which means you're going to become a problem. All of these problems are stacking on top of each other and becoming bad. Okay, well, that's how it is, I guess. My Root Split Mast is helping so far. So, we want to play... I think I'm not going to play the Guardian Stone. Instead, I'm going to play something that wakes up Soulguard the Martyr. Could be a Restore. Restore on you. Oh, you're dying because of spikes. And a Restore doesn't save you. My Animus of Will is dying. That's really not actually a good thing. I do not like that. But I need to do something at the top. So I'm going to play the Ice Tornado at the top after playing a Vine Grasp. Vine Grasp, Ice Tornado. And then a couple of Foregone Powers. Oh no. Alright. We're taking damage, and my unit with the most attack is dying. Where's the Glimmer that's supposed to come back every turn? That would have helped a lot earlier. So Petty Theft can kill you. Let's start with that. Petty Theft kills you. Vine Grasp could put you in front if we wanted that to happen this turn. I think we want to play stuff at the top to deal with this one as much as we can before it gets to the top. So I'm going to play Glimmer, Preserved Thorns, a bunch of Stings, and then the Vine Grasp just only does 3 damage. So I'm not going to play the Vine Grasp there. I kind of want to play the Vine Grasp on the Mollusk Mage, so we will. Oh, right. We could reorder, but it does more damage than the Mollusk Mage. That's still better than Soulguard the Martyr being in front, though. So let's do it anyway. And then... Foregone Power on you. Maybe we should play the Foregone Power on you. I think we're going to play it here. Alright. How are we doing against the boss? Not great. We're only dealing 66 damage to the boss currently. I want to play things that give the boss frostbite. Yeah, I do want to do that. Restore is pretty nice. Restore is pretty nice. I want to play a restore on you, probably. Let's do the restore here. Now we're doing 109. Do we have to play the Glimmer at the top? Probably. Glimmer at the bottom would be good. It might cause me to deal more than 109. It's just that if I can't kill you at the bottom, then this one's going up and dealing me a fair amount of damage. And we could reduce that damage a lot by playing a Glimmer. We could reduce it by 10 if we played a Glimmer. But then how are you getting damaged? Well, we're definitely going to play Flash Freeze on you, because that gives you some frostbite. And then the Wildwood Tome, I see no reason not to play it on my back guy. So now we're doing 219. How much does the Glimmer help? I think we really need to focus on trying to kill the boss, and that means playing this Glimmer. Because healing these two does a lot. Oh, it did enough that we win. How about that? Alright. That means we don't need to do things at the top. Alright. That felt like a really close one. Mostly because my anims have will died. Turning on the spikes hurt me kind of a lot, and we took 38 damage. We got Sigiled Seaweed. Huh. I like that one. Sometimes it can do some really good things. Preserve with Permafrost is so weird. I think we're gonna skip these. I kind of like the Drain, but I also kind of don't. And a Preserve with Permafrost is interesting, but not really what I want. So let's just skip these and get more gold. Edge Prior is nice. Awake is not great with a Surge Stone. Invigorating Solution, I don't care about that much. Let's skip these as well. Okay, we skipped a few cards there, which isn't my favorite. Merchant of Trinkets we almost certainly want to go to. A Merchant of Steel could affect some units, it's true, but I think a Merchant of Trinkets would be very nice, as well as an Unstable Vortex. So we're going to go this way. Look at the Merchant of Trinkets. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. I mean, it's good, but is it great? I don't know. A Forgotten Name is not bad. Let's look at this artifact. The First Hell Pact or the Bloating Fungus. The Bloating Fungus does help. Helps with Priority's Cloak as well. The First Hell Pact would be really good if we had X-Cost spells. I'm going to take the Bloating Fungus. And Merchant of Trinkets. I think we do want a Forgotten Name. And then how much do we want Lightstone Casing? Because we could add more to that Glimmer, for example. But for the most part, it's not going to affect me much besides that Glimmer. But we draw that Glimmer every single turn, so I'm going to take it. This makes me want to go to Merchant of Magics, obviously. Remove 2 cards. The flash freezes, the foregone powers are getting really bad. Let's remove foregone powers. And go to the next one. How well will we do in this one? I don't know. Looming Dark Shard at the top does not affect me that much. I guess we're just going to play my units. The Steel Singer could go at the bottom on the first turn. It's going to take some damage if we put it at the bottom on the first turn, though. Whereas we could put Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom on the first turn. And it won't take damage. But it also won't really do anything. Because we're not going to get it unfazed. Let's play the Steel Singer at the top. So we're going to play Soulguard the Martyr here. Gives me a Lady of the House, which has Burnout 3. Not great, but at least it fits here. We probably want to Vine Grasp the Quill Marksman, honestly. Steel Singer goes here, because that's the only place it fits now. Animus of Will goes here. Yeah, I think we Vine Grasp the Quill Marksman so that we kill that one. Do we draw? We did not yet draw the Glimmer that has holdover. The Glimmer that has holdover is really important to draw, you know? Wildwood Tome is very nice at the bottom. Don't know how we're going to deal with the Clipped Guardian yet, but it's not going to be this turn, I don't think. So Wildwood Tome going here is nice. And then if we flash freeze, let's see here. I want to Vine Grasp something. Also, we're going to wake up Soulguard the Martyr, which is pretty nice. So what if we Vine Grasp one of these two? And then you're going to have a harder time, but that's okay. Yeah, okay. So then we could also flash freeze you. And then everything is dying at the bottom. Soulguard the Martyr woke up. And then now we could play restores on our Steel Singer so the Steel Singer grows big and strong. And then Foregone Power to deal you more damage. Okay, everything at the bottom died. That's good. Soulguard the Martyr is almost dead at the bottom. That's not good. But we did get our Glimmer. Granted, we have to be careful what we play. I think we're going to play a Glimmer here and a Vine Grasp here. We're going to play both of these in the center this turn. And I definitely want this one behind. And then we play the Glimmer at the bottom. Bam. Alright. Now I think we're going to do quite good in this battle. But we had to get to that point before I felt good about how we were doing. Getting this Glimmer every turn is really helpful. Let's do the Razor Sharp Edge a couple of times. I do want to Vine Grasp my Mollusk Mage in front because it is the one that has Endless. And then Glimmer at the bottom. Flash Freeze on the boss, maybe? Flash Freeze on the boss. Ice Tornado we won't play this turn, but you know, it's permafrost. Okay, we're going to play a lot of spells at the bottom, which is good because we've got lots of incant at the bottom. So, let's get started. Glimmer, definitely. A Preserved Thorns, definitely. Sting, Sting, Sting. Vine Grasp? Sure. A Glimmer. The Ice Tornado would kill you. And then we're going to play the Petty Theft here. Actually, maybe we play the Foregone Power on this floor. Yeah, so Petty Theft here, Foregone Power on this floor to add some Frostbite to the boss, or more Frostbite to the boss. So, we definitely play the Glimmer every turn. Start there. We're going to play my Wildwood Sap on my guy that gets better every time he heals. And then a Sting so that we draw more. Should we play a Vine Grasp to reorder my units even more? I don't think so. I think we're going to play Vine Grasp to remove Spell Shield on the boss. And then another Glimmer. Another Glimmer. A Restore on, you know, my guy that gets better when he heals. And then a Foregone Power on the boss. Boss is taking 475 damage this turn. I feel very confident that we're winning this battle. Okay, let's play the Glimmer, because we want to play that every turn, so that we have it every turn. Vine Grasp, you are dying quickly, so we don't really need to do anything down here, but giving you more Shard and all the incant is good. So we are going to play more things down here. Vine Grasp, let's play the Flash Freeze on the boss at the end. So let's just play a Glimmer. Restore on the guy that gets stronger when we play Restore on him, permanently. And then Flash Freeze on the boss. And then that makes Foregone Power unplayable, which is fine. Now, we will play the Restore and the Glimmer, but then we'll just let the boss go. I think my Steel Singer is getting pretty strong. Adaptive Mutation. Restore a friendly unit to full health and then swap attack and health. So I'm thinking about that one, and there's one particular reason I'm thinking about that one. I'm thinking about that one for the Nameless Siren, because you've got Rage, which means every time we play it, the Nameless Siren is basically getting stronger. Unfortunately, it has Consume on it. If it had an Eternal Stone, it would be better. I'm still going to take it, though. Urzel's Compound? I think we want that this time. Alright, I do want to visit Merchant of Magic. We don't have enough money for a Merchant of Trinkets, but we could get a free artifact there. I think we want Merchant of Magic. So then, let's peek in the Divine Temple. True Stone and Extreme Stone. I like those stones. We have a Keep Stone here? Oh my gosh. Keep Stones are good too. Alright. How about the Champion upgrade? We certainly don't want another Titan channel, because we don't want to require that many stacks of Shard to remove Phased. So we're going to take Dire Channel too. Alright, concealed caverns. What do you have for me? A steel pulley or a trap shoot. I mean, let's take a trap shoot. Next. I know we're gonna take a keepstone, so let's do the keepstone first. What are we gonna put keepstone on? We could put it on razor sharp edge so that we could play that every turn if we wanted to, and that would be quite strong. Let's do that. Okay, the razor sharp edge is nice. Divine Temple. So, Engage Pact, what do we even have? We could sacrifice the Guardian Stone to something. To something like the Mollusk Mage, I guess. It would be better because we could get those out faster. So, I should probably consider it. But the Extreme Stone. Do we want that one on this Holdover Glimmer? Yes, we do. Let's do it. Alright. And then a True Stone. True Stone we could put on Petty Theft, or Ice Tornado for that matter. Put it on Ice Tornado. And then we could do an Engage Pact. I think I am going to do the Engage Pact. Sacrifice the Guardian Stone to the Mollusk Mage. Okay. Well, we've made some big improvements, but we've also increased our pack shards kind of a lot. So let's see how we do. I don't think we should turn this one on, because Spikes 5 is pretty bad for us, and we're already at an extreme threat level. Yeah, let's not turn it on. We got a Glimmer on the first turn. That is very helpful. So, I want to play the Steel Singer at the bottom. I do. I also want to play Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom. But that would mean playing Steel Singer at the top. The nice thing about Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom is that you'll wake up faster. Let's do the Steel Singer at the top. So Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom. What do you give me? You give me a Steelworker? I mean, that's kind of nice. A resolve effect that affects all of my units. It's kind of nice. And then we definitely have to play the Glimmer so that, you know, my Steelworker survives. And then Vine Grasp and Foregone Power. Now we only need one more shard to wake up Soulguard the Martyr. Okay, the unfortunate part here is that we can't play both the Mollusk Mage and the Animus of Will. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Also, you do a lot of damage, and that's not great for me. Because you do enough damage that my Soulguard the Martyr would die. And that's not great. If we could kill you, that would be a different story, but we can't because we haven't played the Mollusk Mage yet. Huh. Not great. Not great, I tell you. I don't know if I want to wake up Soulguard the Martyr this turn because of what we see here. Because we don't want Soulguard the Martyr to just die, and the Steelworker just dying is fine. Let's do... Do we want the Mollusk Mage more or the Animus of Will more? I think we want the Mollusk Mage a little bit more first. So the Mollusk Mage is going to go here. Wildwood Sap goes on you. And then we could Flash Freeze the Collector. That kills the Collector. And then we could Oregon Power you. We could Vine Grasp something. We don't want to play anything at the bottom because we don't actually want to wake up our champion. So Vine Grasp you. And then Oregon Power. Okay. Now, there is the Glimmer that we wanted. Yes. Alright. Let's play the Glimmer. Let's play this Glimmer at the bottom. So this Glimmer goes at the bottom. Wakes up Soul Guard and kills the important things. I think we're going to play this Glimmer here. And a Vine Grasp so that we kill this one. So Glimmer and Vine Grasp. So now things are not doing as badly here. Adaptive Mutation I don't think I want to play this turn. I would happily play Razor Sharp Edge a couple of times though. The Restore would get the Steel Singer to... But I want to play the Razor Sharp Edge because we get to play it every turn. No, let's play the Restore. Because of the permanent upgrades. I guess we could play the Razor Sharp Edge once. We just can't play it twice. Okay. I feel kind of scared about those two units going to the top. I know that we've got a Glimmer that we can play every turn. I usually would want to play it at the bottom, is the thing. Because these guys kill me at the bottom. We can always Vine Grasp you to the front, so that we're dealing with you more effectively. Yeah, let's play the Glimmer at the bottom. Glimmer at the bottom, because that takes care of future problems. And then let's play the rest of our damaging spells up here. Let's bring you to the front. And we can play Preserve Thorns down here, so that we get the incants down here. But play it up here so that we deal the damage up here. Because we really want you to take a lot more damage if we can. What else do we do? I mean, I guess we play Restore and Restore. Restore and Restore. And then Razor Sharp Edge, Razor Sharp Edge. And then this Sap, I think we're going to play the Sap on you, because I kind of feel like you're making it to the top. So, let's have you sapped. Okay, let's see what we can do next turn. We have an Ice Tornado. We also have a Trap Shoot. Trap Shoot, we could drop you to the bottom. I think we're going to do that. Trap Shoot you to the bottom. And then we get to play this Glimmer down here, which takes out the most important things to take out down here. We're not dealing with the back ones at all, but I guess we can play... We could play the Vine Grasp to move one of you to the front. I want to play the Ice Tornado up here to hopefully kill that one. But this Vine Grasp seems important. And then Razor Sharp Edge. We're going to play the Razor Sharp Edge once at least. And then let's play Ice Tornado up here. Alright, killed the one that I was most worried about. You're going to deal some damage to my Pyre, but not as much as that other one was going to do. Should we play a Foregone Power on you? You have how much health? 156? 156. The Foregone Power kind of doesn't do enough damage to change how much damage my Pyre is going to take. So we'll play the Foregone Power down here. I guess we could play Wildwood Tome to give the Steel Singer quick, because the Steel Singer does do a lot of damage. And then the Restore, because we want you to get stronger permanently. And then a Foregone Power for the Incant. Okay, so we're taking some damage this turn, but we're not taking a ton of damage this turn. 9, 12 damage. Nameless Siren. We can play that in the center. And then we can Razor Sharp Edge it a couple times, and we can play the Glimmer in the center this turn. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going. Now I feel much better. Let's play the Vine Grasp on the Mollusk Mage to put the Mollusk Mage in front. Play a Sting down here. Play the Flash Freeze here. And a Drain here. Sure. Okay, we managed to set up just before the boss arrived. Let's play Glimmer. And then we might be winning. Ooh, we're not yet winning. Alright, another Glimmer. Another Glimmer? And then we'd like to play a Restore so that this guy permanently improves. Alright, let's go. So, I think our deck is strong, but it takes way too long to set up. Frenzied Swarm is pretty nice, honestly. Let's take a Frenzied Swarm. It does make it longer for me to set up, of course. Engraft with Holdover, it's a little bit weird. The draw one next turn means that you're going to draw the Engraft, but it replaces itself, basically. I guess we could take Engraft. It's a little bit weird, but it's okay. And then I don't know. I guess we want a Merchant of Steel so that we could improve the guys that can be improved. It also gives me Forgotten Boons, which means we might be able to afford a Merchant of Trains. Okay, let's see what are available. Merchant of Steel has a Speedstone. Speedstone, I mean, it could go on Animus of Will or the Steel Singer. It's not too bad. So we should consider a Speedstone. Merchant of Trinkets, we cannot afford any of them. That makes it easier. The Divine Temple. A Seek Stone. Oh, the one that we would want to put Seek Stone on. We've already upgraded enough. We could Seek Stone the Preserved Thorns. Extreme Stone. We could Extreme Stone another Glimmer. don't know. So, let's do the Merchant of Steel first. I'm going to take a Speed Stone. I'm going to put that on the Steel Singer. And we're going to put the Strength Stone on the Animus of Will. And then we only have 25 left, which means I guess we're taking a Heartstone and putting it on Steel Singer. And then reroll doesn't allow us to get any more. So, and we can't purge a card, so I guess we just go to the Divine Temple and consider these. I'm thinking about a Seek Stone. And the main things I'm thinking about a Seek Stone for are one of the Glimmers, because getting Glimmer on the first turn is pretty nice, or the Preserved Thorns. I think I want to put it on the Glimmer. So we start with that Glimmer, and we'll even put an Extreme Stone on that Glimmer. So it can kind of help take out the first set of units. We do have 195 pack shards, which does not make me feel confident. Let me tell you. It does not make me feel confident that we have that many pack shards. Alright, the Steel Singer. Steel Singer is going to go at the top, I think. Because we want Solgard the Martyr to be at the bottom. So Steel Singer, you go at the top. Solgard the Martyr, you go at the bottom. Nameless Siren, fine. We could put it at the bottom. And then we Glimmer, of course. And then I think we Vine Grasp you. Okay. We've only played one spell where Solgard the Martyr is so far. You're currently dying. Can we stop that? I don't know if we can. We could play Adaptive Mutation, but that would give you 17 health, which isn't a whole lot more. Nameless Siren, we want to play. Let's play the Nameless Siren up here. I guess if we play Ice Tornado at the bottom, things might do a lot better at the bottom. How about that? They did. Alright. If we play a Vine Grasp, it will play another spell here, but if we play the Vine Grasp here, it will kill this one, and I like killing that one. Okay. I guess we're doing okay. We're definitely setting up still. And we have Ember Drain, which is annoying. I do like to see this Glimmer. The Frenzied Swarm is not too bad either. And I like seeing the Mollusk Mage. I think we're going to put the Mollusk Mage at the top. And then we could Trap Shoot you, but I don't think I want to. It'd be nice if we drew the Trap Shoot next turn. But otherwise, I don't know if we want to Trap Shoot you because it's not like we're going to deal enough damage to you to kill you. I don't know. Let's play the Glimmer next. And then, if we play one more spell down here, Solgard the Martyr wakes up. And playing a Frenzied Swarm is not bad. Playing Drain? Actually, playing Drain prevents you from dealing any damage. Huh. This turn, at least. And then I think we play a Vine Grasp down here and a Frenzied Swarm down here. Okay, we're doing a fair amount of damage, but there's still problems. We don't do enough damage that we actually take out the first few floors. And I don't like that. So, it'd be nice to kill you. But also you don't deal that much damage, so we might not bother with killing you. Where do I want to put things? I want to play the Razor Sharp Edge on Animus of Will. Let's start there. We know we're going to do that. We can do that again. Next. I want to play the Preserved Thorns here, but I want to play the Stings here, where they do more damage. Let's see. What are we doing next? I guess we are going to sting the front one. And then... Vine Grasp you? I want to Flash Freeze you because you do a lot of damage. And then I do want to play the Restore here. So we've got one foregone power to play. And as unfortunate as it is for you to get to the top, you just don't deal that much damage. This one is a bigger problem, so we're going to deal some damage to that one. Okay, so now my bottom is good. It's just a matter of dealing with the things that have already gone up. We want to play a Wildwood Tome at the bottom, definitely. And we want to play a Glimmer at the bottom. Okay, now the bottom is great. Let's try to deal with things here. If we play a Glimmer, it's good. If we play a Vine Grasp on you, that puts you in the front, which doesn't do a whole lot, but it does deal you some damage, and it allows us to play Foregone Power on you. I think we want to play the Ice Tornado here too. And then we're going to play the Foregone Power up there. We're going to play another Razor Sharp Edge on this one. And we can't afford the next one, so here we go. Alright, this one's making it to the top. It's going to deal some damage to my Pyre. And that's unfortunate. But I don't know if those next couple are going to make it to the top or not. Really depends on what we get. We can Trap Shoot. Let's Trap Shoot one of these. Probably this one, just because it is not currently rooted. And then let's do the Glimmer at the bottom. Okay, things are fine at the bottom. We're going to play our Razor Sharp Edge like we normally do. We're going to play another Razor Sharp Edge like we normally do. Next. Engraft. Engraft is nice. Let's do that. And then we're going to Vine Grasp you to deal you a little bit of damage. And I think we want to do the Foregone Power. I'm somewhat confident we're going to be able to take that one out. Alright, we've got a Frenzied Swarm which can daze everything down here. Let's play a Glimmer at the top this time. So Glimmer at the top. In Graft we play every turn at the bottom. We can Razor Sharp Edge a couple of times. We can play a Vine Grasp to kill one of these. We can play a Sting. We can play a Restore, again on you, because having you permanently gain things is good. And a Dazed for the Incant. Okay, so we're killing everything at the bottom. Everything is dead now, so one of them made it all the way up. Before we finally set up. We set up right before the Relentless phase. Alright, well, we're dealing a lot of damage, but we need to deal more. Let's start by playing a couple Glimmers. Couple Glimmers. Actually, maybe we should play a Vine Grasp to put our Mollusk Mage in front first. Let's do that. That does a fair amount more damage. Alright, now let's play a couple of Glimmers. Let's play the Engraft. It's good. Razor Sharp Edge, some more. And at this point we're already winning. So let's click end turn and win. Alright, 24 damage taken from that one enemy. Let's see if we can take out the Last Divinity. I really don't know how this is going to go. We also didn't get the random, like, Shard of Divinity or blank pages, by the way, which would have helped a lot, I think. Oh, we got a Glimmer. Oh, that's the one that has that has the Seek Stone in it. Right. We're definitely going to play it at the bottom. So the Steel Singer we're going to play at the top because it doesn't fit anywhere except the top or the bottom. And we want to play Soulguard the Martyr at the bottom. So, you go there. Soulguard the Martyr goes at the bottom. We get a Siren of the Sea, which has an incant ability. So that's kind of nice to place here. And then the Glimmer, of course. And then a Vine Grasp on the boss. Alright. So we've played 2 spells, so Soulguard is closer to being woken up. We did not get the Glimmer that we really wanted. We got Drain. Our Soulguard the Martyr doesn't die this turn if we play spells, so I think we're going to play spells at the bottom. The Nameless Siren and the Mollusk Mage. Don't know what to do with particularly. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what to do with those particularly. Because I would like both of them. The Nameless Siren seems like it might be more important earlier, but also the Mollusk Mage is pretty important too. Let's play the Nameless Siren. So the Mollusk Mage doesn't get played yet. If we could kill the Siren of the Sea and play the Mollusk Mage, I would, but the Vine Grasp doesn't do enough damage. We do want to Vine Grasp the Shadewings to the front. Let's do that. Shadewings to the front with Vine Grasp. And then if we play one more spell, we're going to kill that Shadewings. And we're definitely going to play one more spell. Are we going to play Adaptive Mutation? I guess we are. So let's do it now. You're dying? Oh, the Last Divinity. Right. Okay, well, we can do a couple things. We can sap 3 on the Shadewings, I guess. Alright, now you're not currently dying, but it's not great. Also, I really don't want my unit on the next floor to die, and currently you are set to die too. We got our Glimmer with Holdover, which is good. We got a Frenzied Swarm, which means that we could dazed something. Like we could dazed this floor, and that means Animus of the Will will be fine. So, let's play the Glimmer at the bottom. Start there. Do we want to put you in front instead of Soulguard the Martyr? Probably. Let's do that. Vine Grasp you in front, and then we're going to play the Glimmer. We're going to play a Wildwood Tome on you. We're going to play a Restore on you, of course. And then the Frenzied Swarm goes here, so that Animus of Will doesn't die. Okay. Those two making it to the top are not too bad. These two making it to the top are worse. So we're going to have to hopefully deal with those making it to the top. Let's start with the Glimmer. I want to play the Glimmer at the bottom. That's a good start. We're going to play Preserved Thorns at the bottom, but I don't know where we're going to play the Stings. We could play the Vine Grasp here. We could play an Ice Tornado here. What if we do a Sting and a Vine Grasp, and then we play an Ice Tornado up here? Okay, that wasn't too bad. This one making it to the top doesn't do that much damage to us anymore, so I'm not as worried about that one. You are something we have to worry about more about, and we're going to start by stinging you and flash freezing you. Yeah. Okay. We have a Glimmer at the bottom. Oh, it doesn't do enough damage. Right. How bad are those making it to the top? So, both of them do... This one is kind of bad making it to the top, honestly. Let's start by playing the Engraft right here, I think. We've got to play a Glimmer down here, but I'm really thinking about playing Trap Shoot first. You are a much bigger problem than those two. So we're going to Trap Shoot you. And then we're going to play this Glimmer at the bottom. That means that you took a fair amount more damage. Razor Sharp Edge right here. And Razor Sharp Edge again. Now, one of the questions is, do we play a Glimmer at the bottom or do we play a Glimmer here? Playing a Glimmer here would hurt these two. Currently, this one is dealing damage to my Pyre 4 times. That's pretty bad. If we play the Glimmer, it does it 3 times. I think that might be worthwhile. So now you deal damage to my Pyre 3 times. That's 36 damage. If we foregone power you, you will only do damage to my Pyre twice. So I think we're going to foregone power you. I don't think that we should Vine Grasp the Discipled Inquisitor. So maybe we just Vine Grasp the boss. And then we play a Restore with Consume on it. And then we're going to foregone power up here so that you only hit my Pyre once. Okay. Or not once, but twice. Okay. We still have things that are going up the train which are bad for us. Let's start with this Glimmer at the bottom because it makes a huge difference. Glimmer at the bottom makes a huge difference. Engraft right here does something. The Ice Tornado would be good to play. I'm thinking that we've got to play it on you. It would kill this one, but you are a lot more dangerous than this one. And we have to deal with you at some point. We do have a Mollusk Mage coming up. I want to deal with this one so that it doesn't do so much damage to my Pyre. And we've got a couple turns to deal with this one. So I'm going to actually play the Ice Tornado here. But then we're going to play the rest of my damage spells here. We're going to play the Razor Sharp Edge on you. But then I don't know if we're playing the other one or we're playing a Restore. I guess we're going to play the other one. And then Foregone Power on you. Ooh. He had 1 health at that one point. Alright. There's my Mollusk Mage. So I'm thinking about playing the Mollusk Mage at the top so that we can deal with you more easily. Thinking about it. I think I will. So the Mollusk Mage gets played at the top. Engraft, of course, gets played here. Every time. We're going to play Flash Freezes at the top. And the Vine Grasp at the top. Okay. Glimmer we still play at the bottom. And then Razor Sharp Edge we play at the bottom. And I don't know that this Drain does much important to us, so let's Drain you. Actually, if I'm planning to take you out, then we should play the Drain down here because I get Incant down here. I get a fair amount of Incant down here. Alright, we've got 2 Glimmers in the hand this turn. That is nice. And they both deal the same amount. So one of them is going to be played at the bottom. We are going to play Engraft here. Now, you are currently dealing damage to my Pyre. We could play... How much damage do we need to deal you to stop that? 12? We could play... Oh, the Vine Grasp and Petty Theft doesn't quite do it. How sad. We want to play the Glimmer here because the Mollusk Mage heals up, and we want the Mollusk Mage to be at the bottom next turn. So we are going to do that. Oh, but we just gained 1 magic power, which means we can do the Vine Grasp and the Petty Theft up here to make sure that you die. How about that? Alright. And then Razor Sharp Edge on you again. And then a Frenzied Swarm to take no damage this turn, I guess. Okay. We have set up. We finally set up. There's 1 wave remaining after we've set up. This was a slow deck, but to be fair, we've done really well. So the fact that it's a slow deck has not been a huge problem. It's been somewhat hard to deal with, but it hasn't been a huge problem. I think we're going to Vine Grasp my Mollusk Mage in front at this point. And then do a couple stings, the Engraft, of course, the Wildwood Sap on you, Razor Sharp Edge, keep doing that, and Foregone Power, great. So next turn is the Relentless phase. I think we'll do just fine. Yeah, we're already winning. Only the Mollusk Mage dies. Alright, play the Glimmer. Click end turn and win. Alright, that is another Expert Challenge down. Another Expert Challenge down. Another clan combination, complete on max Covenant rank. And we mastered a card. We mastered the Steel Singer. So that's good too. Making progress in all of my goals. Steel Singer gets Divinity Mastered. Units move between floors. Didn't know that the game tracked that. By the way, I don't know if I noticed it at the time, but we have Divinity Mastered every Umbra card. Alright, units move between floors. 47 beats my previous best of 46. I mean, that's what this challenge did, so it makes sense that we got a personal record here. In this run, I achieved a rank 25 win with my 22nd clan combination. 8 more to go. I completed my 19th Expert Challenge, 6 more of those left, and I Divinity Mastered my 256th card. 10 more to go. On the right, I'm showing upgrade stones instead of enemies this time. You probably have already figured out that Extreme Stone and True Stone are a couple of my favorite upgrade stones. But did you notice that I took 3 of each this run? That's 75 pack shards worth of just those stones. Also, Extreme Stone is the 5th upgrade stone as well as the first Temple Stone that I have taken at least 100 times, where I stopped counting, and I'll keep taking them. On the left, I am featuring 2 cards that both made it to my 10 battle threshold. Steel Singer was the card I Divinity Mastered, and it was great. By the end, it was a huge minion that I healed every turn and got stronger permanently. Petty Theft, on the other hand, did very little, but I got some money out of it. For artifacts, Cursed Vines was incredible this run, allowing me to reorder my units once they were all clustered at the bottom. The Bloating Fungus is one of the clan artifacts that I want to get to 10 battles with, and it has almost made it. It was also rather good for the run itself. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Sunday, and thanks for watching.